Get ready, because after days of emotional tension, deep inner dives, and uncomfortable silences, the sky lights up. Mars enters Leo tomorrow, and with it comes a force that won't let you pretend everything's fine anymore. The urge to show up kicks in, to take a stand, to finally take action. This energy isn't gentle. It doesn't ask, it pushes. And if you're not ready to handle your own greatness, you'll try to hide. You'll lash out. You'll self-sabotage. But if you are ready, this could be the spark you've been missing to take center stage in your own life. And there's no running from it. You'll either use this fire to create or watch it blow up in your hands. Mars is the planet of action, of desire, of impulse, of I want it now. Leo is the sign of identity, of courage, of expression, of personal radiance. When Mars enters Leo, it asks you a direct question. Are you ready to be seen? But it's not about appearances, it's about presence. Mars in Leo activates your most forgotten energy center, the heart. And once that center wakes up, there's no going back to autopilot. You start feeling urgency, not to rush, but to affirm yourself, to do something that reflects who you truly are, to stop hiding behind excuses, shortcuts, or misunderstood humility. This is a leadership energy, a creative energy, a soulful push towards movement. But it's also dangerous if used unconsciously. It can morph into vanity, competition, blind pride. That's why Mars in Leo puts you to the test. Do you want to shine? Or do you just want applause? Do you want to express yourself? Or just be validated? Your answer defines everything this phase will bring. You'll notice it, even if you know nothing about astrology, even if you don't understand why. You'll wake up feeling like you're not living up to your potential. You'll look at your routine and feel angry. You'll catch yourself complaining about things you used to accept. And a tough question will pop up. What am I doing with my time? That's Mars in Leo activating. It's like the sky is saying, you've got power, but you're not using it. Then the symptoms start showing up. Impatience with meaningless tasks. Sudden urge to create something of your own. Restlessness, especially in your chest. Desire to finally speak your truth. Resentment toward people taking up the space you wish was yours. Feeling like you're being overlooked or wasted. All of that is real. It's not an overreaction. It's your inner fire, demanding direction. And if you ignore it, it turns into conflict, into burnout, into self-sabotage. Mars in Leo doesn't want you to explode. It wants you to show up. Mars in Leo stirs the desire to be recognized, to show the world who you are, or who you've always been, but kept hidden. And at first, it feels amazing. You feel stronger, more confident, driven to do, say, create, lead, inspire. But right after that comes fear, because stepping into the spotlight also means being exposed. It puts you under everyone's gaze. And with that come the judgments, the criticism, the comparisons, the inner doubt. Am I really good enough? This is where a lot of people back out. They start self-sabotaging, pretending they don't want it that badly, retreating to their safe little corner. But Mars in Leo doesn't buy excuses anymore. It wants you to shine with everything you've got, flaws and all. It wants soulful action, not a polished performance for display. And if you choose to step up even while afraid, the universe responds. Locked doors begin to shift. The right connections show up. Life acknowledges you because you're finally acknowledging yourself too. This is one of the biggest traps of this phase. Because Mars in Leo can give you power, but it can also make you confuse self-expression with domination. You start with the intention to assert yourself, but without realizing it, you might slip into behaviors like talking more than listening, needing to be right in every conversation, getting easily offended when you're not acknowledged, dismissing those who don't react to your shine, demanding applause before offering authenticity, and suddenly, what was meant to be presence turns into ego. What was meant to be leadership turns into control. But there's an antidote, vulnerable strength. When you act with an open heart, not to show off, but to truly express, people feel it. They connect. They respect you not because you shout, but because you radiate presence. And that's the true power of Mars in Leo. It's not about yelling, "Look at me." It's about showing up so fully that no one can help but see you. This energy is hot, intense, alive. If you don't channel it properly, it turns into anxiety, aggression, competition. But if you direct it consciously, it becomes the creative spark that changes everything. Now's the time to take that fire and say, "I'm putting this into something real." Create something, anything. It doesn't matter if it works out, if anyone sees it, if it becomes your life's purpose. What matters is creating with intention. This energy wants movement, not perfection. Here are some practical ways to channel it. Start that project you've been putting off. Record a video, post something boldly, pitch an idea, schedule a meeting. Write, draw, speak up. Reach out to someone, even if it's a tough conversation. It's not about quantity, it's about vibrational quality. Are you putting that fire into the world or letting it burn you up inside? Mars in Leo has one question for you. What are you going to do with the power trying to break free from within you? Mars in Leo is pure life force. It's the drive to act, to assert, to radiate. But when you don't know how to handle that force, it turns into attack, into impatience, into outbursts. And what was meant to be creation becomes confrontation. During this phase, you might feel your nerves on edge, snapping back at people, trying to prove your point no matter what, competing with those on your team, and worst of all, pushing away the people who only wanted to see you shine. That's one of this energy's paradoxes. It gives you courage, but also tests your pride. It pushes you to the spotlight, but can blind you to others. So, pay attention. Are you reacting, or are you standing your ground? Are you hurting out of insecurity, or expressing truth with maturity? Are you acting on impulse, or on awareness? If you don't ask these questions, you might end up alone, not for lack of support, but because no one wants to be around someone who's constantly trying to prove something. Mars in Leo is about steady presence, not aggressive performance. You might not have thought of it this way before, but taking action is also a spiritual ritual. Every decision you make sends a signal to the universe. Every move, every stance, every choice is a vibrational message. And Mars in Leo amplifies that. If you act out of arrogance, life answers with resistance. If you act with authenticity, life replies with synchronicity. That's why this phase invites a new kind of spirituality. A spirituality that takes action, that speaks up, that builds, that isn't afraid to be seen, that doesn't hide behind Zen silence while burning up inside. Here, alignment happens when your action matches your intention. You want respect? Then stand with integrity. You want recognition? Then deliver your light with responsibility. You want space? Then take it without stepping on anyone. The energy is on your side. Now, what you do with it is up to you. To keep this energy from turning into pure impulsiveness, you need to give it direction. Here are some spiritually grounded, practical steps to use this fire in your favor. 1. Start something of your own. This is the perfect time to take that first step on a project with your signature. Business, ideas, creations. The universe favors the bold. 2. Structure your presence. Take care of how you show up in the world, on social media, in your posture, your image, your voice. Mars in Leo pushes you onto the stage, so be ready to be seen. 3. Have real conversations. Talk to the people you've been avoiding. Speak your truth. Take a stand where you've been hiding. 4. Set one real goal. Just one, but one that matters. Something you commit to starting or finishing while Mars is in this sign. 5th clarity ritual. Light a candle, gold, orange, or red, and write down, what does my heart want to do, but my fear still tries to stop? Read it out loud, then write down one single concrete step you can take today. It's coming, not if, it's when. That moment when something happens and you know you have to make a decision. Maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe it's a provocation. Maybe it's a conversation that hits like a challenge. And then your heart will race. Your throat might tighten. You'll want to wait a bit longer, get better prepared, see if the universe sends one more sign. But the truth is, you already know. This is the moment Mars in Leo has been building up to. The stage is set. And now either you step into the scene or you let the lead role slip away. Because this energy doesn't wait. It flares up and then it moves on. And those who don't seize it end up watching others live the life they could have had, not because it was impossible, but because they lacked the courage to take the leap. Don't be that person. Stop postponing what's already burning inside you. You know what you need to do. The only question now is, will you? You don't need to be 100% ready or 100% confident or have all the answers. You just need to take the first step with presence, with soul, with truth. That's what Mars in Leo came for, to activate your life force, to remind you that you're not here to hide. You're here to express yourself, to take up space in this world like someone who knows their worth. And if you learn to use this energy consciously, you'll realize everything shifts when you shift the way you show up. Because the universe responds to your vibration. And when you act with authenticity, the world stops to listen. And if this video resonated with you, if it reminded you of your own strength, or gave you the push to step out of your comfort zone, drop a comment below.